Abraham Lincoln will fight you. This is unimportant.
Guaranteed to not change your life. This is the Unimportant Podcast.
Welcome to the Unimportant Podcast. My name is Anthony. That's Joe Bob. Abraham Lincoln's going to fight me?
Yeah.
What on earth
Have you ever seen
are
the
you
movie Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer?
Purposely, no.
It's actually phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. In case you don't understand the premise of it, Abraham Lincoln,
Is he a vampire slayer?
The president of the United States, is in fact a vampire slayer, and he goes around and he slays vampires. It's exactly what the title says. He
I'm
does.
not putting this one on my list of things to watch.
I think you absolutely should.
No.
In real life, though, this is a little known fact about Abraham Lincoln, which I didn't know. Dude was actually a pretty rough and tumble guy. Now, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. He's what, 6'4", which at the time is
bigger than it is today.
Monster. But Abraham Lincoln, was designed to tie his opponents up into knots. Right? This guy, we know him as this soft-spoken, gentle leader, figure in history. But the dude was an animal apparently in the wrestling ring, which wasn't necessarily rings back in the day, but in the pit, right? Remember, wrestling in the 19th century didn't actually have the fluid grace of Olympic contests, and it certainly wasn't the WWE flying off the top ropes. No, this style of wrestling was a pure test of strength. It was a fight, essentially.
Yeah.
It's
just two guys in the street going at it, really.
Yeah, with people watching.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes they would perform, right? You'd see who can assert their dominance in front of audience members who were gamblers or drunks.
Right.
And that is what the 16th
probably
president...
both.
Yeah, I think that's what the 16th president of the United States did all growing up. Now, one of the most impressive things... his record is unbelievable. Floyd Mayweather, right? I think is 51-0. 51 wins, zero losses. The best historical estimate at Lincoln's record, 312-1.
What?
Yeah. They would keep track of this. So this is like a thing, right? He even won his county-wide wrestling championship because now you got to remember too, the percentage of people that participated
was probably higher than it is today.
Way higher than it is today. So,
there wasn't TV or Instagram or anything else to do.
All you had to do was...
You just kind of fight.
You just go fight someone. That's kind of what you did.
It's kind of like how there's probably more fights in prison than there is outside of prison per capita. I don't necessarily think it's because those people are more physical. I think it's because there's nothing else to do. And so you just fight.
100%.
It's like when you're bored and with your brother. Like, you just fight. Like, that's how it works.
Absolutely. So, biographers of Lincoln have, mentioned that, this guy was not to be messed with. Now, again, being 6'4" back in that time is a big deal.
Yeah.
The only loss. Now, remember, 312-1.
Jeez.
That is nuts. Now, his only loss came during the Black Hawk War of 1832 when a man named Hank Thompson became the only man to throw Lincoln during a bout for the regiment championship. So again, now these guys are in the military, and this is what they do in their free time. And so that is literally the only case that we know of that Abraham Lincoln, again, soft-spoken, kind leader, was beat in a fight. Lincoln was so good historically at wrestling or fighting people. In 1992, he was inducted to the Outstanding American Wing of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Which is in the Hall of Fame. Lincoln is in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, with like Triple H and Hulk Hogan. I don't know that they're actually I don't think that counts as wrestling in the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Kurt Angle might be, because Kurt Angle actually was in the Olympics.
Yeah,
but sure. I actually have no idea who's in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Interesting fun fact. There's 3 other presidents in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. George Washington, Teddy Roosevelt, and William Taft. And Abraham Lincoln.
What on earth?
So basically...
Are the other guys like honorary inductees?
American presidents are awesome, is what I'm... that's just apparently what... We have 4 American presidents in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. And one of them is arguably the kind, gentle giant that is Abraham Lincoln. This is unimportant.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the podcast. Hopefully you didn't learn anything important. We know we didn't. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you want more.